most heart attacks happen. So it needs to be 150 or below your total cholesterol. And everybody worries about their HDL all the time. That's the good cholesterol. Some HDL is too low, but you don't worry about that one. You just worry about the LDL. That's the bad cholesterol. And the thing is, when you lose your LDL, which is good, your too, so don't worry about it. If you want to boost your HDL, you just move your body more. So that takes care of that. But you just want to worry about your LDL. How you doing? So I didn't know why I was so heavy and why I was so sick with heart disease and all the rest, because I was an aerobic instructor. At the time, I was teaching 25 classes a week. I found out later that other people were only teaching 12 classes a week. I thought it was normal to teach 25. Things like step and kickboxing and all kinds of stuff, body sculpting, and I was the unhealthiest I've ever been when I was 44. So I moved to a new neighborhood in Sacramento when I was 44. And my new neighbor and I were walking our dogs around Curtis Park there, beautiful park. And I started telling her about all my health issues, and I couldn't understand it. I was so healthy. My doctor told me I was eating fine, everything was fine. Okay. He said, that breast lump you had that we took out, no problem, it's not your food. I said, well, why is it? And he said, well, it's not your food. I said, okay. Oh, guess what? It was my food. I didn't know that. So my new neighbor said, oh, Linda, you just have to get a hold of Dr. John McDougall. That'll all go away. I said, who? Remember, this is 31 years ago when I was 44. I'm now 75. And because I met Francis just walking the dogs around the park, I'm now the healthy me at 75. I've never felt better in my life. I lost my heart disease. I lost my cancer. I lost my obesity. I lost my pre-diabetes. My sugar levels were going up and up. And why? It was the food. It's the food. As Dr. John McDougall says, it's the food. So I took Dr. John McDougall's book and read it. She told me the name of the book back then. And I read that book from cover to cover, and I read it all night, and then I read it again. And I read it because it made sense to me. And I thought, wow, why didn't my doctor tell me this? My doctor didn't say a word about it. So my doctor said, yeah, you're fine. But when I read McDougall's book, and he had examples of people over here who had heart disease, who had cancer, who had obesity, who had arthritis, who had Crohn's disease, all these myriad of chronic diseases they had. And then he put them on his diet. And guess what? They got well. They lost the weight, they lost the arthritis, they lost the cancer, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, this book's for me, and this doctor's for me. Now, some people need more motivation. They got to go to Dr. McDougall, go right to the center where he was at the time. I didn't need that. I just needed that one book. I'm a little different. When I see the science, I'm going to go there. When I see all these people get healthy, I'm going to go there too. I didn't need one more bit of information. Now, about the animal part, I was walking the dogs around the block with Frances again a week later, and I told her I bought the book and I'm doing it. And she said, well, you know about the animals too, don't you? I said, sure. What about the animals? And she said, do you know where milk comes from? Yeah, she said cows, but they don't hurt the cows. It's fine. You know, the cows are just there. They don't kill the cows. She said, oh, Linda, you're so wrong. And she told me all about what happens to cows, that they rape the mother, take her baby away within 48 hours, usually kill the baby boy or put him in a veal cage, take the baby away, and she or he can't even suckle his mommy at all, even though they want to, because we're taking them. So after she was forcibly raped after milk, the way we get milk is cow impregnated. They only give milk like humans do when we're pregnant or having babies, right? So she told me this, and I was floored that I had to be 44 years old and not know one thing about that. No one told me that. We even had some cows at one time, but I didn't know that. So I became an animal rights activist on the spot. It took me 1 week for my health. Animal rights activist, 1 week. And I have been doing both ever since, and I'll never stop. I'll never stop talking about this stuff until I die, because once people wake up, like people here, once you wake up, you can't go back, right, Anthony? You can't go back, right? So you don't want to hurt anybody after that. You don't want to hurt yourself anymore. And I'm hoping our slides come soon. Anyway, this was taken about 6 months ago. I haven't had a photographer take another picture because of, it's been about 4 years. And every 4 years I have new pictures taken, so people think I'm not lying when I tell them that this is me now, basically, with lots of makeup, stuff like that. But no? What's wrong with it?
Nothing.
Do we have a clicker? I don't have a way to change the slides. I'm staying here because I didn't think you had it ready. Does it work? Let's find out. Yay!
Do we need to close the blinds?
Yeah. How do we do that?
We just turn up the headlights on.
So I'm a vegan mentor now. I have a vegan mentor business, so I help other people transition to a vegan diet.
Yes, of course.
Wait, first I want to tell you one more thing. Anybody know the difference between vegan and whole food plant-based? What's the difference between a vegan and a whole food plant-based? Did you get, yes?
Animal rights or activism.
Right. Vegan means it's not a diet. Did you know that vegan's not a diet? Oh, I found out when I was speaking in a church one time, they all thought it was a diet. Yes, you do change your diet, but it's Donald Watson coined the word vegan because the word vegetarian in 1944, when I was born, the word vegetarian became to mean other things other than plants. Vegetarian back then started to mean eggs and dairy and even fish. That has nothing to do with plants. He was so upset in England, Donald Watson, he's my mentor, that he changed the name. He took the first 2 letters of vegetarian and the last 3 and shoved them together to make the word vegan.
Is it on now?
That's how that came about, because he thought no one should do harm to animals. Vegan means you don't want harm done to any sentient beings. I don't care if it's a grasshopper. This is what most people eat, am I correct? And other than the eggs and the cheese, we don't see these in the grocery store. This is what we see in the grocery store. So it doesn't look anything close to the real animals. So no wonder the kids who go with their parents to get the meat aisle, they never see the animal. If the kids were with them and saw the animal, do you think they'd let that mother or father take that animal home with them? No. Kids automatically love animals until we teach them otherwise. This is how we should think of kids and animals. They should learn to love animals. But instead, they learn animals are in here, but they don't really know that's an animal. They just know it's meat.
There's lots of red dye.
Huh?
There's lots of red dye.
Yeah, and lots of red dye too. So, and then they make these happy pictures of happy families, cow pictures, happy little happy cows. There's nothing happy about a mother being raped or a baby taken away. You don't see that on there. We also found out that the calcium that you get from their milk, yes, it has calcium, but it has no benefit for your bones, according to Dr. Michael Greger. So here's what dairy is. It's a chemical cocktail. It has all those steroids and hormones and pesticides, herbicides. You can read the list there. I like the pus one, don't you? Is that good? Pus in your milk. Casein in milk is like crack. In other words, it produces this opioid effect like hazel morphine. And that's why when somebody first told me before I went vegan that you have to go vegan, you have to give up your cheese. I was ready to slug that person. I mean, I wanted to hit him. I said, look, I can give up my meat, but don't you dare tell me to give up my cheese. I was the pizza queen. I made homemade pizza every Friday night with that melty cheese, right? You tell me to give that? I was so addicted, I couldn't walk by the refrigerator without taking out a piece of cheese. I had to have it. The doctor can give you a shot at the doctor's office of naloxone. What will that do? It'll make cheese and meat disgusting to you. We don't do it that way. We change your diet instead. Dr. T. Colin Campbell, and I love this, he said, dairy is the most powerful carcinogen, one of the most powerful carcinogens we have. I've been telling people out there at my booth, at my vegan mentor booth today, about that, and they said, really, dairy? Is your cancer? Yeah, that's your number one cancer. In fact, Dr. John McDougall, my guru who helped me, he said, Linda, if your clients can't get rid of meat or dairy, tell them to get rid of their dairy first. It's far more dangerous. They're both dangerous, but far more dangerous. And they add so much D to the dairy that you can get high levels of D and be toxic. And a lot of people are lactose intolerant too. So this is what cows must be made pregnant to produce milk. The calf's taken away. The male cows are shot at birth or put into veal crates. And then the mother, after 4 years of her natural
Yeah, that's good.
oh. After 4 years of giving milk for us people, they kill her, take her off to slaughter to be your hamburger. And that's your hamburger. Your basic hamburger is a dairy cow. Of course, for greenhouse gases, it's terrible too. That's what's in milk. You got the pus cells, yum. Cholesterol, not good for your heart disease. Lots of calories, lots of fat. Hormones, oh, the growth hormone. The growth hormone in dairy causes cancer. That's why it's your number one source for cancer. Has insulin growth factor number 1. That promotes cancer cells in your body. And if you want strong bones, you don't want to eat dairy because that has so much protein in it that actually leaches the calcium from your bones. This is not good for your bones. What's good for your bones? Anybody?
Leafy green vegetables.
Dark leafy green vegetables, but also you want to do weight-bearing exercise and jump around, right? I teach aerobics. People say, I can't take your class. It's too hard for me and I'm too old. I said, well, how old are you? And they go, oh, 55. I said, well, I'm 75, so get your butt in here. You're going to get your bones strong, you're going to jumping jacks with me. That's what I say. You're going to do kickboxing, whatever. But it leaches the calcium from your bones, so you've got to go to weight training and the sunlight between 10 and 2. During the day, you get yourself, eat lunch out there, at least 15, 20 minutes. The darker the skin, the longer you have to stay outside to get more absorption. But your supercharged D happens between 10 and 2 o'clock. So get out there for lunch in the sun. So it's probably the most perverse thing we do, don't you think?
Yes.
And I did this painting 30 years ago because I was so disgusted. I thought, that's what it looks like in my mind. Isn't that disgusting to have a man drinking? Well, she was supposed to drink that when he was 2 from his mama, but not from a cow. So I did that painting. So the good news, guys, is that dairy milk sales have plummeted $1.1 billion. We're all drinking plant milk. Yay! I'm so happy for that, I can't tell you. And farmers are opening up almond groves or growing mushrooms or something else now. So I'm so happy for that. That's the way we should be thinking of animals and not any other way. They love their babies. All mothers love their babies, let me tell you. Fish love their babies too. You know that fish too. Okay, no animal wants to die. I'm not going to show you that very long because it's hard to look at. But that's what we're doing every second of every day on this planet. And it's got to stop. So that one tuna was sold for $1.76 million. That's why we have bloody all around Japan is bloody because of that. That money that's involved in eating tuna. And some of my family say, oh, I'd rather be fishing today. I have a whole bunch of fishermen in my family. And don't you think the fish would rather be swimming? So fish, I want to tell you, is high fat, higher cholesterol than a lot of beef. So if you want heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and of course in the fat, they hold the PCBs, the dioxins of mercury. That's why pregnant women shouldn't be eating any fish at all. And the acid load for osteoporosis, again, fish is an acid load. And it promotes the IGF growth hormone like dairy does. And this is sad, isn't it? 70% of the world's fish species are fully exploited or depleted. By, I think it's 2048, we should be depleted of fish. And this is something I didn't know for a long time. Dr. Richard Overlander, a friend of mine, said, 1/3 of all fish caught in the world goes to the cows. Did you know that? Is that new for anybody else? I was just so shocked about that. So this overfishing, pollution, habitat loss, climate change, all regarding fishing. And this is about water use. You know, if we eat a hamburger, it's going to be 2,000 to 8,000 pounds. Tofu only 302. Oats 290. Almonds take up a lot of water, they do, but there's no cruelty involved, so I'm okay with that. This is the way we should look at protein. It's the way we should look at calcium and omega-3s. Do you think of that? What do you think of when you hear omega-3s? What's the first thing you think most people do?
Fish oil.
Fish or fish oil. Calcium, what do you think of? A cow, right? Cow milk. Omega-3s, protein, calcium. Protein, what do you think of? Cow meat, right? This is where you can get all of it right here. You have your omega-3s in here, you have your protein in here, you have your calcium in here, and then 1 tablespoon of flaxseed in the morning is even more omega-3. So that's all you need to eat to get everything. Now this is a power plate that was designed, this one was designed by my boss, Dr. Neil Bernard. I teach Food for Life cooking and nutrition classes for him. There's 195 of those, over 200 instructors around the world in a bunch of different countries. And I teach Food for Life cancer and diabetes classes. And this is this power plate he made. So remember the old pyramid that was a diamond? Well, they changed it. He changed it. And then the USDA copied him. The government copied. But here's the good news. They used to say, instead of legumes, they said meat. Now they put it to protein. But when you walk in the grocery store, do you know what? Where's the protein aisle, please? You don't know what it is, right? At least they didn't say meat. But protein isn't much better because nobody knows what it is. There's protein in every plant food. So, and then they had to add the dairy one because the dairy industry controls our government. That's why they had to add that one. This is the protein we don't need very much. Look at that, 38 grams for men, 29 for women. If you just eat some tofu, look at that, 43%. You get all the protein you need eating plants. Parsley has protein. Broccoli has more protein than beef. It's crazy. And it's heme protein. The beef is heme protein, which is dangerous. The plant protein is called non-heme protein. Calcium, you get plenty of calcium. Look at the collard greens. Have you ever made a wrap with collard greens? Good. Okay, fortunately, some of these fast food places are now putting in vegan options, which is really great, but it's not healthy, right? So we healthy people don't want to eat there, but if I can get people, or anybody can get people to eat away from the animals, I'm okay with that. Later on, when you want to be a healthy vegan, you come to me or from AJ or Tammy Kramer, and we'll help you. This is the vegan junk food. I used to eat tons of this when I first went vegan 31 years ago. This was my diet, basically. That's what I ate. There wasn't a green vegetable in it. I was eating this way. And I didn't lose all my weight. I only lost part of it. And then I didn't lose all my cholesterol. All that would stay up until I went more. This is more whole food. This is from Engine 2 products, Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn's son who started that program. Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn is the leading heart reversing doctor in the world. And his son has products only found in Whole Foods. Now, I want to talk about oil. I get so much flack from vegans about the oil. They say, oil's a plant food, it's good for you, Linda. I said, I know, I thought so too for many years, and the problem was I couldn't get rid of my heart disease, my obesity, my prediabetes. It was a mess until I took out the oil. And it's so caloric, it's one of the highest caloric things you can put. How much fat calories are in chicken? 9 grams. Oil also. So animal products and oil are your high fat sources. Sugar's only 4. This is what added oils do to you. It increases your LDL, it did mine. It causes extra body fat, it sure did mine. I used to go out to dinner and eat 4 servings of French fries made in oil with ketchup. That was dinner, I thought that was the best dinner, with a glass of wine. Oh, I thought that was the best dinner on earth. So, it hurts your mood, hurts your digestion. I think I would have been much more energetic back then had I just not had that oil. It slows you down. It's toxic when heated, causes inflammation, increases your blood sugar. So if you have diabetes, you don't want to eat any oil. This is what Jim and I eat. My guy right there helping me. He makes really good food, and he makes it oil-free for me. But that's split pea soup, air-fried sweet potatoes, nice cream made with bananas and almond milk, and the quinoa wrap, so good. And that's a white beans, sweet potato stew with cauliflower. And for special occasions, we get to eat oat flour, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. Yep, you do. But here's what we do in this country instead. We celebrate contests of eating hot dogs and beef ribs. And that guy might be smiling there, but he might be dead in a year, right? Yeah. Or getting clothing lines that are bigger and bigger. Well, that's what I did when I first went. When I first was looking into this, I was just buying bigger and bigger clothes, and you don't look quite as heavy. It just seems like that would work. No, it didn't. But and this poor girl, I took a picture of in Target because I thought, wow, I want to take her home with me because I'd already gotten healthy by then. And she was buying the Progressive chicken soup, trying to get skinny. That was what she was trying so hard to do. And I didn't talk to her, but I wanted to. I wanted to bring her home with me. I wanted to buy her groceries, give her money back, and take her home. Diabetes is soaring like crazy. Cancer's going up, diabetes going up. What's our #1 cause of killing us?
Heart disease.
Heart disease, still going up. And then we take supplements on top of that. And the #1 diet loss supplements are the #1 reason to be in the hospital. But any supplement, except for B12, we need to take that because the soils have been depleted of the bacteria there. So other than that, we don't have to take any other supplement. So I know there's some out there, vegan ones. I hate to tell you, don't take it. You don't need it. My athletes, I listened to Dr. Pam Popper. I told her, Pam, my vegan athletes who do this powerlifting, they said they need supplements, protein powder, vegan protein powder. She said, no, Linda, no. Just tell me more food. All I need. Okay, this is what I took out of Jim's household when I first met him. He wasn't vegan. He didn't know anything about supplements. I took all the pills away. He got rid of his heart disease and his high blood pressure, his sleep problems, all kinds of things. So, and it's so confusing for people because you get information like this on heart healthy tips in the newspaper. It says to go meatless 1 day a week. So 6 days a week, you are going to eat unhealthy and get heart disease and cancer and diabetes and obesity. Isn't going to help 1 day a week, but how confusing to people. Now, I wish I had known. This makes me so sad, this one, because this is what I fed my children. I fed them their entire lives, because I was 44 before I knew. I didn't know that this is a #1 carcinogens, that is what causes cancer at the same level as smoking cigarettes. It's the same as if I'd given my children cigarettes to smoke when they were 8. No, I gave them pizza with salami on it. That's what I did. I never ate the canned meat, that just sounded disgusting then. But I didn't eat all the rest of it. I gave my kids hot dogs at least once a week. I'm sorry about that. A lot of sugar in those drinks. The richest source of cholesterol. Look at this between eggs and beef. People think eggs are good for you. No, they're not. Okay, the caloric density. If you eat 400 calories of oil, it doesn't fill your stomach up much. If you eat beef, it doesn't, not much more. Look at how your stomach fills up on the plants. And they're all 400 calories. But on the plant one, how your stretch receptors are working. They're working to make you feel full. You have to keep eating the first two because your stretch receptors haven't started working yet. Oh, this is my friend David Carter. I was trying to get my muscle as big as his. I didn't quite make it. But this is also the strongest man. He's an NFL football player. This is the strongest man in the world. How many of you saw Game Changers? Yeah, he's the strongest man in the world. And I love this guy because his shirt that says badass vegan and he's carrying the strongest weight in the world. It's so fantastic. He lives in Germany. This is my son there and his head's cut off, but he's my plant-based boy. And he now runs my vegan dog food company, V-Dog. He's a personal trainer. Wow, he's doing that too. This is Dr. McDougall. How many have read his book? All right. Some of you, this is the Bible I use when I coach people. This is how I get them eating a lot of starch because starch is not the reason to be fat. Starch is not the thing to avoid. Starch is what gives you energy. Potatoes and beans and peas and corn and lentils and pasta gives you energy so you can be 75 like me and teach aerobics. You want to do some? You can do some now if you want. Okay. He is the reason I'm alive. I would have been dead 30 years ago without him. So I recommend everyone to buy that book and use the recipes in there and look at his website. He's an amazing guy who understood right away. He once told me he had a cat named Einstein. And the cat was getting fat, so we took Einstein for a walk around the block all the time. He was still fat. Well, he realized he was giving Einstein starch. And see, that's not good for a cat, because that's not their food. Their food is what? Meat. You gotta give cats meat. That's what they eat. Humans, on the other hand, we thrive on starch. It stores energy. But the fat you eat in the vegan diet, like the oils and the vegan cheeses and the butters and all those things, that stores as fat. This is my boss, Dr. Neil Bernard, a good friend of mine for many, many years, and I teach Food for Life cancer and diabetes classes with him, for him. That's one of our Food for Life flyers when I'm going to go into a hospital. I teach at hospitals and colleges a lot. Okay, we don't have much time. These are my favorite books. You can come over to my table and take a picture of them later. I'm going to skip that for now. Our obesity rates in this country are just skyrocketing. Okay, I'm going to skip that one too. Obesity rates, Dr. Pam Popper. This is the arteries before going whole food, plant-based, no oil. And then after going oil-free with Dr. Esselton, the leading heart reversing doctor in the world. My other favorite things, come over to my table and I'll show you them again. Dr. Greger has a new book out too, How Not to Diet. And he's coming to speak. Dr. Greger's coming to speak February 15th in Sacramento. Come over and get my flyer at my vegan mentor table. You want to hear him and 5 other speakers. We have Chef AJ coming too. We got that girl coming. She is phenomenal, funny girl. And you should have seen her when she was heavy. Whoa, you wouldn't believe the same girl. She teaches ultimate weight loss programs with JP right here. Fabulous program if you want to get into that. This is one of my clients, Marty. She came to my aerobics class and she said, Linda, I got to lose weight. I said, oh, we're not going to do that in my class. You're going to get stronger. Your heart's going to feel a little better, but you ain't going to lose the weight. And she said, what do I do? I said, oh, come to my cooking class, my nutrition class. She came to one class, she did that. She got rid of 16 medications. And she is like one of my biggest I'm one of her biggest fans, I guess, and she's one of mine. And she's just a marvelous person, and she got her sister to do it. Her sister had diabetes for 27 years and no longer has diabetes for now 3.5 years. That's me before. I got even better before at my booth, so come see it. And that's me about, I don't know, 4 months ago. This is my dog food company with my vice president, Lindsay. She's out there right now. So if you're interested in how dogs can thrive on a plant-based diet, we've had the company for 14 years. My late husband and I, Dave, started it because we didn't like to see all that cruelty happening. And when we found out that England already had a plant-based dog food, we knew we could do it here. We didn't know they could thrive on that. We thought they had to eat meat, right? No. Yes, they can eat meat. They have the structure in their mouth and the guts to do it, but they don't have to eat meat, and they can get all the vitamins and nutrients they need just on a plant-based diet. So, yes, we add fresh vegetables too, but you don't need to. You can thrive on that for your dog, but that is. Now, you can eat it too, by the way, if you get hungry. Another client of mine, she came to the gym with her husband, a personal training client, and I said, okay, what'd you have for breakfast this morning? He said, well, it's Sunday, so it's sausage and eggs. And I said, okay, well, that's going to change. You're going to make up your mind you want to stay with me. I'm not allowed to tell you this right here in the gym right now, but I can tell you right now, if you change your diet with me, you're going to take off the weight and your heart disease and your kidney disease. And they said, okay, well, we're really good friends today. And they make the best vegan dinners for us now. This is Jessica Bowman. I want to tell you about her because she's a McDougall client. She had breast cancer, and she had almost a year of radiation and chemo, and it didn't go away, and they said, we have to stop now because your body's ravaged. Well, during the time they stopped, she got on the computer and she looked up how to help her breast cancer, and Dr. McDougall jumped up for her too. Well, she went from size 22 to size 8 there. She's now a size 4. She speaks around the world. She has no longer cancer for years now. This was 2011 to, what's that, 2012. So since 2012, she's been cancer-free and got her health back. This is my friend Stanley Greenberg. He was teaching aerobics till he was 89, but unfortunately he was jumping after a balloon and fell and broke his hip. So that's the only reason he quit teaching. I used to teach the class right after his. So we met, we've been friends ever since, and I visit him all the time. I just saw him last week. He's an amazing guy. He's sharp as a tack. He's still exercising. Now, he's not quite too sure because of that hip, you know, when he walks, he's a little unstable. But he still gets on his bike, he reads his books, and he's sharp as a tack. Okay, this is how to go about it. You come to me later to the booth, I will give you my phone number, my email, and I can help you with all these ways to do this. Because you have to get rid of the cravings. Because right now your dopamine has stored your pleasure center. And in your pleasure center right now, it might be cheese, or it might be eggs, or it might be alcohol. Whatever it is, I can help you get over that addiction. That's what I do. Okay, eat more, change the people and places. We have a new tribe. Find a new tribe of people. New tribe of people. This is what to do to get you started too. And this is Dr. Klonick. He lives in my area, and his beautiful wife Kathy, and he comes to speak at our events. And this is Dr. T. How many know Dr. T. Klonick?
Yeah.
So he came to speak at my Get Healthy Sacramento event. Wonderful man. And this is, anybody know that guy? Dr. John McDougall, the guy that saved my life, and his wife Mary, who does all the recipes. I eat her recipes, they're so good. And this is two doctors who come and speak. You know, Dr. Esselstyn on the right, and Dr. Don Forrest, who lives in my area. And this is Emily Deschanel. Anybody know her? She was on the sitcom Bones on TV. She is a staunch vegan, and we've gotten to know each other over the years because we go to the same things. Wonderful lady. She could be a diva, but she isn't. And this I love. Please take a minute to read it. Hi. My buddies are back there. Our task must be to free ourselves by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and its beauty. When you eat like we do, like Chef AJ and Aunt Esselstyn back there, when you eat like we do, you feel peaceful inside. You're no longer putting the violence and the toxics in your You feel so calm. I've never felt so happy. All of us have tragedy and loss in our lives. I found out that our life is a series of losses. I lost my husband. I lost my grandson last November, 22 years old. There's losses we all have. But the reason I'm doing okay is because I have a purpose. Find your purpose. My purpose is to help people, or I should put it this way, animals and people. And when you do that, you have a purpose like I have, you feel so good every day. It gives your self-esteem a boost. You feel peaceful inside. You feel like you want to get up in the morning. I get up in the morning and teach aerobics, teach nutrition. I help people all the time by vegan mentoring. AJ does, you've got to get on her UWL course. It is amazing to feel this good. So find your purpose too. I can help you with that if you need structure with that. This is what we did in California. We are way ahead of everybody else. Look what we just did 2 weeks ago. Right? And I've been working on fur protests myself with my team for 31 years, and we did this last week. And this is why we should be with our animals. Dairy farms are going down, baby. The best taste on earth is peace, right? No violence. We want no violence. That's my cow, Peanut. He's my boyfriend. Don't tell Jim. He's my boyfriend. Peanut's my boyfriend. Unfortunately, he's passed away too, so I have another loss. But I love him, as you can see. Thank you very much. Do we have time for questions? No. No time for questions. No time for questions. No. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.